This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we speak with the CEO of Community Services for Sight in Hazleton about some renovations they have planned and how you can help the process. Hello everyone, I hope you're all shoveled out and that you had a great Monday. I'm Ken Karen. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to kick things off with headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Hazleton police are investigating a Sunday night shooting in the city. The shooting took place in the 500 block of Alter Street around 7:45 last night. Police say there was one victim who was taken to the hospital and later released. Anyone with information on last night's shooting is asked to call Hazleton Police at 570-459-4940. A dollar store proposed for a section off of Route 93 in Cunningham will be on the agenda for tomorrow night's Cunningham Borough Zoning Hearing Board. The board will hear an appeal of CGP Acquisition and Development LLC, Capital Growth Buckhalter, and Scott and Mark Lukey for a use variance for a Dollar General retail store. The variance is needed to utilize a 2.8-acre tract of land located at the southeast corner of Route 93 and Woodland Drive in Cunningham. The property is located in a residential zone. Borough Zoning Officer Bernard Byork denied the permit because the land is zoned residential. Some trees have already been removed on the proposed site, trees many residents say were to be a buffer between their homes and Route 93. Some residents have expressed safety, traffic, and environmental concerns. The applicant says the residential zoning inflicts a hardship and prevents them from using the land. The company will make its case before the zoning board tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. at the Cunningham Municipal Building. And Congressman Lou Barletta is warning residents about a telephone scam. The caller solicits personal financial information while pretending to be a representative from the Internal Revenue Service or the Department of Treasury. Numerous residents have contacted the congressman's office to report such calls. In those cases, the caller demands payment of supposedly delinquent federal taxes and threatens legal action. The congressman is encouraging anyone who receives such a call to contact the Treasury Inspector General for Taxpayer Administration at 800-366-4484, fill out an IRS impersonation scam, or file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission. To find out if you really owe taxes, call the IRS directly at 800-829-1040. Flames destroyed a business in Tuscarora yesterday. The call came in just after 11 a.m. for a fully involved fire at Material Dynamics, 140 Walnut Street in Tuscarora. Units arrived on scene to find smoke and fire coming from the building. Fire companies from 3 counties responded to the building, which was an old sewing factory turned into a wax factory. It was being used to make rosin and resin, which are used in the wax industry. No one was working in the building at the time of the fire. A cause has yet to be determined. And firefighters rescued and revived an unconscious man after flames struck Saturday afternoon in McAdoo. Several firefighters rescued the man from a first-floor apartment at 10 North Kennedy Drive. At least 8 others living in other apartments in the building were also forced out into the wintry cold. They received help from the American Red Cross. The bricked front apartment building is situated between Bella Luna Pizza and St. Luke's Miners Health Center. The restaurant remained open during the fire. A cat was also rescued from the apartment building. An organization dedicated to helping those who are visually impaired is now in need of your help. Lisa Sugart has more.
Good things are happening here at Community Services for Sight in Hazleton. Pleased to be joined by the President and CEO, Lori Lassant. We had talked earlier about a lot of things happening with the organization, but you are looking to make some renovations here, but you need money.
We do need money. Every nonprofit always needs money. There never seems to be enough of it. You know, we were fortunate to be able to expand our office space, and you know, in order to add new programs, you need space to do them in. So we're trying to renovate our community room. We were so fortunate that a couple months ago, we had a team from PPL come in and they painted the entire floor for us. Everything was painted. So now we're trying to raise money to put carpeting on our floor. You know, our clients are grateful to have a space to come and gather, but it'd be nice to finish it off. So there are just some of the, you know, they're not huge renovations, but to me, they're really big. And when there's no money to do it, you got to find it somewhere.
Wow, that is certainly true. Before we talk to how people can help provide that money, you're also looking to redo the kitchen as well. And tell us about why that would be needed.
Yes, we would like to redo the kitchen that we have here and really update it and bring in some additional stoves and ovens, because we'd like to do a transition program for visually impaired teens. And that program would teach them how to be independent, being able to cook a meal. You know, if they wanted to do just minor food prep. Right now, we don't have what we need in the kitchen to successfully teach them. You know, we have a microwave. So we want to teach them proper nutrition, which is so important. You know, being able to cook a meal on your own. You know, boil water to make a pot of pasta. You know, those kinds of things. So we need to have our kitchen finished to make that program work.
Now, when we talked about money earlier, every organization needs money, but you were in some dire straits because of the lack of a budget in Harrisburg as well.
Right. Well, the lack of the budget, of course, any money that, you know, you're fundraising, and sometimes you say, okay, this fundraiser, I'm going to put this money to do this project, but without a budget in PA, every organization that relies on state funds, we're all looking to say, where's it going to come from? So, you know, right now, all of our projects are kind of on hold until we see what happens here in Pennsylvania.
And you did not get any emergency funding.
We did not. We're fortunate. We're the members of the Pennsylvania Association for the Blind, so they have put in place different things and measures to help some of the organizations to ease the burden a bit. But when that fund dries up, there won't be any more. And the Pennsylvania Association for the Blind, we have our own fiscal language that they have worked so hard to maintain. And so we did not qualify for any emergency funds.
Well, you are doing a fundraiser very shortly, so tell us about that and how people can help.
We are having a bowling tournament. It's our 16th annual bowl for the site. We hold it at Valley Lanes. Bobby Horrocks, all these years, has been so gracious to host us. Joe Ersta, who's a board member of mine from Bearings and Drives, he organizes the event. And the Pulaski Club has been great supporters of this event, and we just need you all to come out and bowl with us. We're there the entire day. We have 3 different sessions. You can call the office here, or you can call Bobby at Valley Lanes, and get all set up.
Can we just show up that day, or do we have to register in advance?
You can show up that day, or you can pre-register. We take both. But it's a guaranteed great time. The last game we bowl in the dark so that you have just a little bit of an idea of what my clients might go through when they're trying to bowl or just live, because some of them wake up every day and it's dark. They don't have the opportunities to see the things the way we see them. So we try to just bring a little bit of awareness to that event.
And when is the event?
It's on February 20th. And since I didn't think it was going to snow this year, we decided to put a snow date in of February 27th.
All righty. If you are interested in doing that, contact Lori. But if people just want to make a donation to help, can they send it or call, or what do they do?
Absolutely. We always welcome any donation, whether it's money, time, if you have a product, whatever. Every donation of any kind is valuable to us. You can give us a call, or you can mail it to 109 West Broad Street. We're on the 2nd floor in downtown Hazleton.
Very good. Community Services for Sight, a wonderful organization doing wonderful things for the community.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. And finally, on this Monday, a reminder for West Hazleton residents. West Hazleton Mayor Frank Schmidt tells FYI that there will be no garbage pickup in the borough on Wednesday. Instead, the garbage will be picked up on Thursday this week. Residents are asked to not place their garbage out until Wednesday evening. Coming up on FYI, I have some scores and postponements in local sports, and Ron Marchetti has trivia treats. And coming up next, Winter Storm Jonas has passed, but we'll talk with a local EMT who has some information on how to stay safe all winter long.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
It's Monday and we're here at Core Fitness. I'm Christy Book, and I'd like to talk to you today about today, not tomorrow, and all those New Year's resolutions that you may or may not have started or even given up on already. I'd like to talk to you about high-intensity interval training and something great that we have going on here starting February 8th. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, either at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., we have a HIT boot camp with Stephanie Grazio, and that is a 45-minute to an hour-long high-intensity interval. What's high-intensity intervals? It could be jumping jacks, it could be mountain climbers. High intensity should not scare you. It's tailored to you. So what high intensity is for you may not be for your neighbor. And Stephanie is great at tailoring that workout for you. We like to say here at CORE that summer bodies are made in the winter, and that's absolutely true. So stop hiding, because before you know it, there are, less than 60 days left until spring. So your shorts will be coming out, your short sleeves, and you're going to be getting rid of those jackets. So it's time to start now. Don't wait until March or April to try to get into shape for your June bathing suit body. Summer bodies are made in the winter. So HIT Boot Camp starts on February 8th, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. It's an 8-week cycle. Grab a friend and do it. This is some of the equipment that you'll see on a HIT workout in the morning. We've got a medicine ball, we've got our battle ropes, we have our rings, and we have BOSUs. That's just a small portion of what you will see. Don't be intimidated by it. It's something that everyone can do. Low intensity could be your high intensity. Call us at 455-7818 and let us know if we can help you.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Well, I guess we got off easy compared to some other areas, but we still took a good shot from winter over the weekend. Will Mother Nature give us a break this week? Let's see. This is our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight we can expect partly cloudy skies with a low of 24 degrees with a south wind from 7 to 11 miles per hour. Our extended forecast is here now. Tuesday, a slight chance of freezing rain between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Then a chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 38. On Tuesday night, a chance of rain before 11 p.m. Then a chance of rain and snow showers between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. and then we'll have a slight chance of snow showers after that. Mostly cloudy, low of 27. New snow accumulation of less than a ½ inch is possible. On Wednesday, a slight chance of snow showers before 8 a.m. Mostly cloudy, high near 32. Wednesday night will be partly cloudy. We'll get down to 17 degrees. Thursday is mostly sunny with a high in the upper 20s, and then Thursday night mostly cloudy, back down into the higher teens. Friday, a chance of flurries after 8 a.m., partly sunny, a high of 32, and then Friday night, another chance of flurries before 8 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low of 24 degrees. And tonight's forecast is brought to you by 924 Landscape Supply on Route 924, serving the greater Hazleton area. For firewood, snow plowing, and removal, call Adam Davidic at 570-401-6464. And speaking of the weather, Old Man Winter's wrath also brings accidents and hospital visits. Lisa Sugart has some tips on how you can stay safe.
Well, the cold and snowy weather always poses some potential threats for people who are both walking and driving or being out in the cold. Here to give us some advice on how to stay safe in the snow and the cold is Dennis Gantz. We know him from Wild Bout Hunting, but today he's here with another hat. He is the Director of Marketing and Education for APTS, which is the American Patient Transport Systems, a very well-known ambulance service in our area. Dennis, the cold weather, I'm sure that APTS is out on many calls relating to this weather.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anytime the temperatures start to drop below that freezing mark and we have any kind of snow in the forecast, we're looking at things that can rise up, people falling, injuries, medical episodes that are the result of maybe dealing with the snow. So we do get a little busy.
Well, Dennis, what are some tips that you could give us, I guess, pertaining first of all to the extreme cold?
Well, with the cold, you want to obviously make sure that you are taking all precautions to cover yourself up. Any exposed area when you get into those sub-freezing temperatures are a possibility for any kind of frostbite, depending upon how long you're out there in that temperature. So what I advise is always wear a hat, gloves, a warm coat. Especially your children or the elderly, you want to be making sure that you're bundling up. And don't forget like a scarf. You cover that neck up. Those are areas that are exposed a lot. And your face, your mouth, and your nose, especially if you've got breathing problems or you're not feeling well, you got a little bit of a cold. Put a scarf or some kind of a covering over that, because that cold air is going to really have an effect on you, could exacerbate any kind of asthmatic problems or COPD. So protect yourself from those elements when you're out there.
And then in regards to shoveling, I'm sure you see a lot of injuries relative to that.
Yeah, we do. And you have to be aware of what your medical history is. If you've got a history of cardiac problems or any kind of breathing problems, snow is heavy, regardless whether it's the powder snow that the skiers like or if it's the wet snow, like we could get, and we do see a lot here in our area. You want to make sure that you're properly shoveling, using your legs, not using your back. Don't do a lot of twisting, and take breaks, okay? Especially if you're older. If it's the first snowfall of the year or the 3rd or 15th snowfall of the year, take your time, take breaks, go inside, warm up, come back out. The snow's not going to go anywhere, I'm sure, so you'll be able to clear it eventually.
And even when we do clear it, you still see problems with that because there's that slick stuff underneath it.
Yeah, definitely. You have that worry of ice, so you want to make sure some kind of rock salt or ice melt, put that down, or a lot of people, if you're burning coal or something, the ashes are great to put down there. Kitty litter, keep that in your car if you get stuck. Anything like that, just be careful when you're walking. Watch your step. We do see a lot of falls, hip, leg injuries, shoulder injuries, so protect yourself and just slow down. There's no hurry.
Absolutely, and we hope you stay safe this winter season, but if you do have a problem, we know people like Dennis are out there to come to our rescue and save us. Thanks so much for being here. Come back often and talk to us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right, Dennis Gantz from APTS.
Wild Bout Safety. Thank you, Lisa and Dennis. Here's your midday winning lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 77, pick 3, 302, pick 4, 3453, and pick 5, 21, 824. We have some local postponements in sports. We'll see you after the break.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Before Winter Storm Jonas hit the area, basketball storm Joseph and the Hazelton area Cougars continued to wreak havoc on the Wyoming Valley Conference. The perfect basketball storm touched down in Berwick on Friday. The Cougars used some heavy defensive pressure to pull away from the Bulldogs and wrap up the first half of their Wyoming Valley Conference schedule with a perfect record. Bobby Planutis led the Cougars with 16 points and Josh Samick added 12 points. The Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins wrapped up a 6-game road trip over the weekend. They split with Portland on Friday and Saturday and took a loss on Sunday at Providence. The Pens are home on Wednesday against Hartford, and they still hold a decent lead in the AHL Atlantic Division standings. Well, with some schools being closed in Schuylkill County on Monday, we do have some postponements. Tamaqua's boys basketball game against Pottsville at Pottsville has been moved to tomorrow. North Schuylkill has postponed their dual wrestling meet, and they will play their girls varsity basketball game at Pottsville on Monday, February 1st. Shenandoah Valley and Minersville will now meet in boys basketball tomorrow in Minersville. Well, it doesn't take much, but Ron Marchetti stumped me with this question he's about to ask all of you in Trivia Treats.
One good game yesterday in Denver and one lousy game, stinkeroo, in Carolina. But congrats to both. The final Monday in January is almost over. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Treats. And speaking of trivia, here is a question for all of you to work on for the next couple of minutes. Name the only 4 players who won Heisman trophies and Super Bowl MVP awards. I'll give you a hint. Their last names begin with the letters A, H, P, and S. And speaking of Super Bowls, 30 years ago today, Super Bowl 20 bounced the final episode of MASH from the top of all-time most viewed TV program rosters. Over 127 million watched William the Refrigerator Perry score on a short handoff from Jim McMahon. It was a fitting audience for a Walter Payton sweet crowning achievement. Final score on that one was the Bears 46, Patriots 10. The year was 1986. 25 years ago tomorrow was the Red, White, and Blue Super Bowl 25 in 1991 in Tampa, Florida. Thoughts of soldiers in the Gulf prevailed. Meanwhile, overhead, it began with 4 F-14s and Whitney Houston's national anthem, and ending with Norwood's Wide Right, Mother of God. The Giants survived the Bills 20-19. However, 10 years later and 15 years ago in 2001, led by Ray Lewis, the Baltimore Ravens intercepted Kerry Collins 4 times and dismantled the Giants 34-7 in Super Bowl 35. It was the first Super Bowl loss for the Giants, who had defeated Denver in 1987 and Buffalo in 91 in their first 2 trips. Now the answer to our opening question. Name the only 4 players who won both the Heisman Trophy and the Super Bowl MVP. The hint, their last names begin with the letters A, H, P, and S. There are Marcus Allen, Desmond Howard, Jim Plunkett, and Roger Staubach. I bet you forgot about Desmond Howard. I will boldly predict that Cam Newton of the Carolina Panthers will be number 5 2 weeks from now. Till Monday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Mondays can be rough, but you can end them on a high note. Seafood night at Bottlenecks. Choose from crab, clam, shrimp, and lobster specials, such as their little neck clams in garlic butter, only $1.95 a dozen, or handmade crab cake platter for only $8.95.
Hey golfers, have we got the perfect vacation spot for you? Myrtle Beach. Signature Golf Packages builds and reserves the finest and most reasonably priced Myrtle Beach vacations. From scheduling your golf tee times to making your hotel accommodations. Oceanfront to golf course villas. Mark Passon, a Hazleton native, has been doing this for 10 years. Expect excellent customer service, local knowledge of all the courses, and the best golf vacation of a lifetime. Call now to learn all of the specials that Signature Golf Packages can offer you or your group. 866-462-9885 or book now at signaturegolfpackages.com.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy birthday to Bill Arthur. Love from your family and friends. In our Talk of the Town report, Christ Lutheran Church will be holding their annual Super Bowl sale on Saturday, January 30th from noon to 2 p.m. 14 different varieties are available, and all proceeds benefit local charities. For info, call 570-788-3572. Our next announcement, the Hazleton Area School District will be holding kindergarten registration for the 2016-27 term at the Hazleton Area Career Center cafeteria from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. on the following days. February 8th for Arthur Street, 9th for Valley, 10th for Heights, 16th for McAdoo, 17th for Drums, 18th for Hazel Township, 22nd for Freeland, and 23rd for West Hazleton. For more information, including the necessary documentation needed, please call 570-459-3111, extension 3281. Our next announcement, Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo, will be holding a pierogi and halishki sale Friday, January 29th from 9 a.m. to 5:30. Please call ahead to secure your order, 570-929-2733. And finally, St. Michael's Hall, 300 Oak Street in Shenandoah, will be holding a Pasanki Ukrainian Easter egg class on Tuesdays from February 23rd through March 22nd. Classes will be held from 6 to 8 p.m., cost is $45 per person, and includes all supplies. To register, please call 570-668-5789. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight, Shannon Stefanisco of Gordon. Shannon, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Kind of wore my Panthers colors today. I don't know if I did that right. Might have looked more like Thriller. I don't really care who wins the Super Bowl. Go Raiders, go local news. See you tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.